With a single strike of lightning, we can power the whole of Africa.
Hello, everyone. We are back to welcome you to our fourth episode on one-on-one with CEOs and PACESETTers from around the world. I am your host on this program, CINTIA ORSA from Romania. And on this episode, we stay on the same lands as our last two episodes. I'm live from Phuket, Thailand, and my guest is live from Ebonyi State, Abakaliki, Nigeria, and we are here to connect the world. One-on-one brings to you CEOs and PACESETTers, people who succeeded and come to share with us their struggles and their achievements. They are people from all around the world, but our priority is to promote African people, increasing their global recognition and establish stronger connections between Africa and the rest of the world. Our program is brought to you by BridgeAfrique Media Network and AfriTube TV. We have the pleasure to welcome each of you if you are a CEO or a PACESETTer and you would like to open yourself to the world by sharing your activity with our global viewers. Please feel free to contact our executive producer, Mr. KOLAWOLE or Michael JP, or myself if you want to be a part of our program. And don't forget, our programs are in English, French, or Chinese. Because our guest today is Nigerian, I would like to tell you about my encounter with this country. Nigeria, this complex country, a country of extremes, where luxury and poverty coexist. When I first visited this country, I fell in love with its people. Many of us travel to one place, and when we leave it, we close a chapter and we continue our lives. 4 years ago, in April 2019, Nigerian people welcomed me with heartwarming smiles, made me happy on taking the decision to visit Nigeria, while people around me were trying to discourage me from ever going. When I left, I couldn't forget the smile of the lady at the corner of the street selling fruits and her adorable children looking at me like I came down from Jupiter. They hugged me and played around me. I couldn't forget those men and women on the street selling water in an extreme hot weather. I couldn't forget those kids on the dusty street waiting for cars, for car wells to break, to can have a few naira after repairing them, money that will not even pay them a meal. I left the country and I made a promise to myself to return for them. I didn't have any idea how I will do it. So is how Hardy Orphanage was born, from love of a land that was not mine, from love of people I've barely known. But a part of my heart reminded there. Hardy Orphanage is a non-profit organization who strives to provide for vulnerable children in Nigeria. We encourage healthy development and we provide educational opportunities as well as medical aid for vulnerable children. We believe that all the children of the world deserve a better life. So if you would like to help us in our work, please feel free to contact me on the number or email across the screen. No amount is too small. One more thing before we start. Today, November 17th, 23 years ago, I became mother for the first time. My son Elias was born. Happy birthday, Elias. You made my life beautiful then, and you continue to do so day by day. Thank you for your huge help. Hardy Orphanage wouldn't exist without you. Please stay connected with us until the end of our program, and you can listen to Elias singing his original song, Children of Nigeria. Let's come back to one-on-one. Our guest today is a Nigerian man born in Edo State, Benin City, but he grew up in Delta State and currently living in Ebonyi State, Abakaliki. A man I will always remember, a man I will never forget. I have the pleasure to introduce to you, dear audience, Scientist Emma. Scientist Emma, welcome to our program.
Thank you very much.
First, I would like to express our team gratitude for agreeing to join us today, and a special thank from our executive producer, Mr. KOLAWOLE Michael JP, who insisted that you must be invited on board for further exposure of your inventions, for more recognition, for appreciation of your good work by our global audience and viewers. Even these are my last days of holiday here in Thailand, and I'm supposed to enjoy them at the fullest. Yesterday, I get a place by the swimming pool side, and I couldn't stop reading about him, watching videos about him, and his simplicity and his intelligence capture my mind. Scientist Emma is how we call Emmanuel OBAYAGBONA, who is a graduate of the Institute of Management and Technology, IMT, Enugu State, where he studied electrical and electronics engineering. He is the Nigerian man who was published in journals of, listen well, over 120 countries. But I won't tell you more about him. I will let him talk about himself because 2 days ago, he amazed me in a 10-minute talk. So I can't imagine how we will all be amazed at the end of the program. Scientist Emma, today my questions will be very simple to let you serve your rich professional life. I tried to introduce you to the audience, but my words were not enough. Let's see first, who is Emmanuel OBAYAGBONA? Please.
Yeah, hello viewers, thank you for the opportunity and the privilege to watch us today. Yeah, Emmanuel OBAYAGBONA is from Edo State, Nigeria. You know, he was born into the family of Mr. Henry and Mr. and Mrs. Henry Obayagbona from Edo State, Benin City. But I was born and bred up in Delta State, Warri. I did my primary, secondary, and tertiary institution in Nigeria. Yeah, in Ogun State at Institute of Management and Technology, IMT Enugu, where I studied my where I studied electrical electronic engineering, and then I served in a boys residing here in Nigeria. So I am the sixth child of my parents, a son. So I've done a lot of innovations, a lot of things, that could affect humanity positively, in our day-to-day life. But in the area of electricity, science and technology, and lots more. So I'm just me. I have been publishing journals over 120 countries.
Scientist Emma, why did you choose engineering? You like it from the very early age?
I started my innovation at a very tender age, at the age of 6.
Oh.
So I was doing little things then, like duster, a torchlight with battery and pipe. I was just, my dad was a carpenter. Yeah, my dad was a carpenter. So he uses wood to design chairs, table, furniture. He was just doing a lot of things. So he taught me how to do duster, how to do a lot of things. That was how I started from a very tender age. So,
but I don't think this is the reason. Listen, I don't think this is the reason, because my father is an engineer. It was an engineer too, and he wanted so much for me to become an engineer, but I didn't. I had a medical degree, so it's not because my father was engineer that I would. I mean, your passion for engineering, it must be huge to arrive here where you are today.
Yeah, like I work, so I will tell him, Daddy, I want to produce duster. I want to produce duster, something they use in cleaning board. He will just cut a wood for me, cut foam for me, put gum for me, and tell me to gum it, and gum the foam on the wood. And then after that, he will cut a piece of cloth for me, rub it with Evo stick gum, and tell me to package something so that it look like real duster. So that was how I started. Gradually, then from there we torchlight. My dad will cut something for me that where he bought batteries for me. So then there's this torchlight he bought for me for 10 naira. We used to buy 10 naira. Then my father bought it for me. So I looked for wire from our condemned radio, because if any electronic spot in our house, my father will give it from there. So I used the wire, put it on the battery, put it on the bulb, use the bulb, put the battery inside that wooden casing my dad designed for me. Sitting. From there, I used the light. So that was how I started gradually till I finished primary 1 to primary 6. Then after that, I entered JSS 1. The passion continued. I started doing bedside lamp. I started doing this torchlight in a better form. I started doing a lot of dusters for cleaning of board, chalkboard. I started doing a lot of things. It was just gradually. The passion and the determination was much. Yeah, the passion and the determination was very, very much, So I continued doing this.
You made it with passion, and because of passion that you had.
Yeah. So I continued doing these things gradually till I started doing extension sockets with sockets, and wire. My father will design the wooden structure for me, and then I will now pass the wire. I will now, make inquiries. How do I do this? My daddy will be giving me ideas, say, do it like this, do it like this, do it like this. Because my dad is a practical oriented man, He didn't go to university. He ended at modern school. So in modern school, he studied carpentry. So that was how he started doing his carpentry, and he's good at it. He's very, very good at it. He went into roofing, furnitures, structure. He designed structures with wood. So that was how I started. Then when I was in,
you made a good team together.
Yes, we made a good team. Me and my dad, we made a good team together. So when I was at 15 years, when I was 13 years old, I designed a housing estate, house structure with this house modeling, like architectural modeling, like in form of a house. I use wood to design houses. It looks like an estate. Is this an architectural design? So when I designed it, I put lights inside the estate. Someone that is an architectural engineer will know that this is a house plan that this guy designed with wood. So I put lights in the house plan. I put cars. I put soldier men, these toy soldier men carrying gun, toy soldier men. I put toy cars, I put flowers. I designed the housing estates with wood all through. It looks like a mini estate. So I took it to a television at the age of when I was 15. Yeah, my dad gave me some money, my mom gave me some money, my neighbors gave me some money. I went to one TV station called Delta Rainbow Television, Warri. Before I forget, I would like to appreciate Dr. KOLAWOLE, the executive and producer, of this program. So he arrested me when I was in university. Then I was about giving up, as an inventor in Nigeria, when there is no finance or when there is no money, you tend to be frustrated, you tend to like giving up, you tend to like just give up the dream and everything. So I was at the point of giving up. I was at the point of being frustrated. Nigerians, no encouragement here in my country, Nigeria, no source of money to further my research. So I was just like just back off. So that was when Dr. KOLAWOLE Mike came to my rescue, that he really wants to encourage me that technology, so that he wants to see Nigeria at the forefront of. I'm going to publish you on one of my magazine, and that was how he started. Then he was he was giving me money to carry out my invention. He was giving me words of encouragement as well. That was how I sprang. Today, I was given international as the fourth best inventor in Africa in 2017. So, and a lot of recognition after I met Dr. KOLAWOLE Mike.
Okay, so as an inventor, what have you invented so far?
Yeah, I have invented a lot of things. One, let me talk about the Thunder Lightning Energy Converter. The Thunder Lightning Energy Converter is an invention that can power the whole of Africa for 5 years and 30 days per strike of lightning. Africans usually experience blackouts, and that gave birth to this innovation titled Lightning Energy Converter. I actually started this vision 2004 in October 1st. In the year 2004. That was when I got a vision in form of an idea. It was true inspiration anyway, because a lot of engineers may say they don't believe on inspirations. Yeah, but most inventions and most innovation today came as a result of inspiration, either from God or from man. So the idea came from God. I started doing my research. What about lightning? What is thunder lightning? What is lightning all about? How can we harness this lightning and generate electricity out of it? So in 2006, I did my first non-working prototype. how though it wasn't working anyway, but it explains how the lightning can be arrested, how it can be trapped, how it can be converted from static energy to electrical energy, and how it can be transmitted to national or international grid. So then in 2004, I brought out my first blueprints. That's the industrial diagram. How we are going to build this lightning arrestor, lightning project for Africa, so that Nigeria will be having, and other African countries like Libya, Kenya, South Africa, and so on. They can be having light for 5 years and 30 days whenever thunder strike for once. So that's a very massive invention that could provide steady electricity in the whole of Africa. So that's number one. Then number two, I also have invented another invention called the sustainable energy wall clock. My sustainable energy wall clock is a wall clock that can provide light in a house for 12 hours when there's off grid. So when there's off grid, the wall clock serves as a lightning system to lighten up the sitting room for good 12 hours. That means throughout the nights, one can see clearly with the light from the wall clock. One can read with the wall clock. One can eat with the wall clock. One can do anything at night with the wall clock, with the light from the clock. And the light from the clock, the intensity is so high in such that it will remain constantly bright until it goes off for 12. So the wall clock can also act as an exit light and at the same time as a wall clock. It can be used in your iPad, your tablets, phones, and your Android devices. And at the same time, it's telling the time and it's also a lighting system in a home. So by the grace of God, we are looking at how we can get this wall clock in circulation in the whole of Africa that suffers blackouts. They don't need electricity to charge this wall clock. The wall clock is charged by solar energy. It has a solar panel connected to the clock inside the house, while the solar panel is outside. So, which can lighten up a sitting room. That's number two. Number three invention, although before I forget, the wall clock was rated fourth best invention in the whole of Africa in 2017 by DW Germany. That's Deutsche Welle TV Germany. Rated the wall clock sustainable energy light for as in fourth position in the whole of Africa among top 5 solar energy inventions from Africa in 2017. The wall clock was rated fourth best invention in Africa. Then I also innovated this EMA high voltage power surge extension socket. Now this EMA high voltage power surge extension socket is an extension that can switch off your electronics when there's a sudden high voltage. In other words, due to this fluctuation of current in Nigeria, a lot of people have damaged their electronics due to this high voltage, due to fluctuation current in the country. So because of that, it gave birth to an idea on a power surge extension that could switch it will remain off until the current is stabilized. As soon as the current is stabilized or the current is stable, automatically it will turn on back the electronics, whereby saving the electronics from getting damaged when the user is not at home. Secondly, this extension socket can handle challenges like high voltage, low voltage, high currents, low currents, high frequency, low frequency, interruption, power surge, loose connection, and more challenges the extension can handle. So assuming now maybe there's a high frequency, it will switch off the electronics. And when the frequency becomes normal or stabilized, it will turn on back the electronics. When there's a high current, it will switch off the electronics. When the current becomes stabilized, it turns on back the electronics. When there is a loose connection or power surge, it switches off the electronics. And when the fault has been rectified, it turns on back the electronics. Automatically, nobody is there doing the work. The session does the work automatically. And it has entered the markets. It has entered the markets. Yeah. So another product I have innovated again is called Power Optimizer Extension Sockets. The Power Optimizer Extension Socket is an extension socket that can help to manage our energy consumption. It can help to optimize our energy consumption. Like most of the time, when you are using a prepaid meter, for instance, in Africa, when they are using electric cooker, electric heater, electric kettle, hot plates, halogen cooker, air fryer, rice cooker, pressing iron, this extension will help to minimize the energy consumption, whereby reducing their bills, their electricity bills for them. So they will not be, the users will not be recharging more of their card like before. They will not be recharging more of their card as they used to. Rather, if they were using 2,000 naira in a month, with this extension, they can be using that 2,000 naira for a month and 2 weeks or a month and 3 weeks, because the extension helps to manage their energy use. You know, in abroad, in the Western country, they pay per use. In terms of electricity, they pay per use. I believe that. So this extension will also help to minimize energy consumption in the Western world, you know, and is one of its kind. I just invented it. And in fact, people that are using it now, they are now saving energy, unlike before, when they don't have the extension in their possession. Like if I want to iron, for instance, and I have a prepaid meter, I know without the extension, the iron will be consuming 85% from the prepaid meter. That means the unit will be burning faster. But with the aid of the extension socket, the iron will be consuming 36%. Now, if you minus 85% when the iron is on without the extension, and minus 36% when the iron is not connected via the extension, you find that the extension is saving you 49% energy. It's being saved. So I believe the world will want to get this kind of extension to manage their energy for them. I believe the world will want to get this kind of extension to minimize their energy consumption for them. So that's another one. Then someone that have a solar energy or a generator set can use this extension to power their heating appliances. For instance, if you have a generator, a big generator right here in Nigeria, when you plug in electric cooker or electric heater or electric boiler or electric iron, you find out that the big generator will be vibrating. But with the aid of this extension socket, when you plug the heating elements like your electric cooker, electric heater, electric kettle, electric iron, electric boiler on this extension, the generator will not be vibrating as it used to. It manages energy even on generator, and it preserves the fuel it used to. Then 500 watts Tiger generator, this smallest generator. Because in Nigeria, there's a generator called Tiger generator. They call it, the local name is I pass my neighbor gen. It's very similarly that generator cannot turn sockets. You can use that I pass my neighbor Tiger generator or 500 watts to power your pressing iron, and at the same time you can turn on your lights, your fan, your electronics, everything in your house while you are ironing with the smallest generator as well. So the extension does wonders in the area of generating sets, in the area of solar energy, and in the area of prepaid meter device. It reduces energy, and the users will enjoy their fuel for generator, their batteries for their solar will not run down faster, and their prepaid meter card will last longer. That is what this extension does. Then that's not another one. Then I also have another innovation that is called the generator power booster. Generator power booster is specifically designed for generator users in order to power their heating element, just like what the extension does. So this is specifically for generator. You know, it boosts generator power in order to power heat a resistive load, like your electric heater, electric cooker, electric kettle, electric iron, and the rest of it. Yeah. Then I also have solar power boosters specifically designed for solar energy people so that they can be able to power their boiler, their heater, their electric kettle, their electric iron, their electric stove, their electric oven using their solar energy without running down their battery faster. Then I've also innovated what you can see on my back. That's a frame, an LED frame light. That LED frame light was actually designed by me. Yeah. So at night, the LED frame lights, you know, illuminates my sitting room. So even when there is no lights, when there is no electricity, when there is off grid, the energy frame light turns on. It will remain on like this for 12 hours when there is no lights, when there is off grid. Yeah, so it's a very nice innovation. That's what I'm using in my house right now. Then there are other innovations that are coming up, you know, that my future invention, which I'm also going to talk about when
we talk later
comes.
about the future invention. Let us wait for the future invention, okay? Because I have questions about this. So let's go back to some aspects that you already had talked about. I see your impressive profile and skills impressed people around the world. You appeared in many journals and TV programs from around the world. Tell us, please, something about this and how this appearance has helped you go farther in your work. Did this help you in any way to put any of your invention into mass production?
Okay, the journals have been published on around the world, and the media that has published me around the world has helped me to gain a lot of recognition, and it has brought a lot of marketers, distributors who ordered for mass production of my products, which have been doing before now. You know, it gave a lot of people trust that this guy, we watched him on television when he was displaying his invention. I think he's a genuine guy.
No, not time for your next invention. Let's see first. So you remember my question was, did this help you in any way to put any of your innovation into mass production? Could you do this?
Yes. No? Yes, it helped me.
Yes,
it has really helped. The media has really helped me to mass produce my products into the market, most especially the sustainable energy wall clock lighting system, the high voltage power surge extension sockets, the power optimizer extension socket that helps to reduce energy consumption. Majority of them have been mass produced and put into the market through the help of the media. Thank you.
Let's have a commercial break and we'll come back with more about scientist Emma.
BridgeAfrique Magazine is the award-winning and globally respected publication for authoritative information regarding business potentials and opportunities in Africa of interest to China and beyond. Your business doesn't get to Africa if it's not on BridgeAfrique Magazine. We are the official magazine of Ethiopian Airline. What are you waiting for? You can contact us +861 391894 3324. Your business is next in line.
Okay, so we are back let's have one more question for you. In 2017, you were rated the 4th position among the top 5 solar energy inventions from Africa. You told us a little bit about. It was by German public state-owned international broadcaster, DW. What can you tell us about this invention, this particular invention?
Well, this particular invention is a sustainable energy wall clock. DW TV Germany, we are looking for outstanding solar energy innovation invention that could impact the life of Africa. So they came in contact with my innovation through the help of Channels TV UK, that's Echo at Africa. They saw my innovation, on a wall clock that could serve as a solar energy in the house and could charge any USB enabled devices like your iPhones, your iPad, your tablets, and your Android devices. So that was what really caught the attention of DW Doshiwili TV Germany. When they saw the wall clock, unlike on normal wall clock they usually see that has no light, but this particular wall clock is a sustainable energy wall clock. It has lighting system that can serve a home when there is off-grid. And this same wall clock can light up your a sitting room for 12 hours continuously without reduction of intensity, without reduction of the light intensity. Yeah, this same wall clock can charge.
At the same time, you can charge your phone, your iPad, you said, right?
Yeah, at the same time, you can charge your iPad, your Android devices, your tablet phone, and your any USB enabled devices with a wall clock. Yeah, so that was what made DW Doshiwili Germany to rate the wall clock 4th best solar energy inventions from Africa in 2017, and that award was given to me. So at the long run, the wall clock is charged by solar energy, so you don't need generator, you don't need NEPA to charge your wall clock. When there is sun loss, and the clock will be charging at night also 12 hours, and one devices like your iPhones, your iPad, your tablets, and Android devices with it.
What can you tell us about the cost of this solar clock?
Well,
tell Nigerians about the cost. I believe that many people, Africa in general and Nigeria in particular, is in a constant darkness.
Yeah, I'm selling the clock at the rate of 47,000 naira, because why I placed it at 47,000 naira is that it comes with a solar panel, which I'm going to give to the user. It comes with a very fancy wall clock, which also tells the time. It comes with an inbuilt battery that powers the clock, which is a rechargeable battery as well. And then it comes with a lighting system that can light up your sitting room for 12 hours, when there's off-grid. So it does a lot of function. That is why it is
so you made one by one. So you made one by one.
For now, I produce a wall clock one by one until I get a sponsor or a partner where we can mass produce this product here in Nigeria or maybe in China, so that it will be cheaper. Because when it is mass produced in China or here in Nigeria, the wall clock, at least the price may fall down to 10,000 or 15,000 naira, because things will be made cheap when it is mass produced either in China or in Nigeria when I have sponsors or partners. Yeah.
Yes, I understand. So as we said, Africa and Nigeria in particular is in a constant darkness. You came out with the idea of generating constant electricity using a strike of thunder. which can serve for 5 years and 30 days. Where are you now with this invention? And could you put it into practice? Could this take Nigeria out of darkness?
Yeah, it can be put into practice when there is sufficient materials, because majority of the materials are not here in Nigeria. Like the lightning arrestor, it will be designed with a resistance filter in such a way that when the lightning strike, it will capture a particular amount of charges, and the excess charges will be drained down to the earth, as earth. Yeah. Then the one that is being filtered, that particular energy that is being filtered from the lightning arrestor, we go straight to the sensory zone. This sensory zone will also be designed by either the British, Russian, Germany, or China. They'll build the lightning arrestor and they'll build the sensory zone. So this sensory zone, we check in between the lightning arrestor and the harnessing zone that stores this static charge from lightning. The harnessing zone is built to store energy for 5 years and 30 days, not one. One can store energy for a year and 7 days. So we are going to have about 5 harnessing zones, which will be as big as this GP tank they use in storing water, in Nigeria. This GP tank, this GP black big tank, they store water, overhead water. That's how this harnessing zone will be built by either the Russian, the Germany, the China, or British. Then after building the harnessing zone, the sensory zone, when it allows charges from the lightning arrestor to charge up the harnessing zone, when the harnessing zone is filled up, the sensory zone will cut off any other charges that is coming from the lightning arrestor. It will not be grounded. It will be grounding any other charge coming, will be going straight to earth for neutralization because the harnessing zone is filled up. From there, it goes down to the conversion zone, which will convert this energy from static energy to current energy. And from there, it will go down to the transmission zone, which will step down this voltage, this high voltage. Because thunder lightning comes with an average power of 20 billion watts. Lightning comes with an average power of 20 billion watts. It's such a huge current. It's such that when it even strikes, PHCN in Nigeria have to go off. They have to switch off their electricity because when it is lightning can damage their overhead cables. So lightning can damage their transformers. So they have to go off during lightning. So it comes to an average power of 20 billion watts, and it comes with a voltage of 330 megavolts. That's 330 million volts, which is very, very high. Here in Nigeria, we are generating 330 to 132,000 volts. Then we step down to 33,000 volts. Then we step down to 11,000 volts. And then we finally step down to 415 volts. But that of the lightning arrestor can generate up to 1 megavolts, which will be stepped down to 330,000 volts. From there, it can be connected to the national grid. The whole of Nigeria will have lights. Then we can further step down to 132,000 volts, which will be connected to substations. From there, we can also step down back to 33 kV, which can be connected to maybe industries, communities, and industry and firms. Then we can be stepped down again to 11 kV, and from there it can finally be stepped down to 415, which will be connected to this roadside transformer to step it down finally to 220 volts in order to power a house. So it's a very big project for Africans. So anywhere lightning strikes in African country like Kenya, Libya, Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire, South Africa, Ghana, Niger, Benin Republic, Cameroon, anywhere, Zimbabwe, anywhere, a lightning project will be built there to power African, because Africans need orientation. They need they need to know that electricity can be generated from lightning. They need to know that in as in so many years to come, as in 10 years, and let us say 20 years ago, the world won't have believed that we can generate electricity from the sun. And today we now have solar energy. Now I'm saying now that the world now don't believe that we can generate electricity from lightning, but very soon, with collaboration and with effort from like-minded people, private individuals, I will be bringing lightning energy to power Nigerians and Africa very, very soon, just like as we are enjoying our solar energy today. Thank you.
Scientist Emma, who finances your work? I know how hard it is in Africa to get the necessary money for a project. How do you manage to put in application your ideas? Who finances your work?
Well, let me say, I want to say there are two ways I get finance. Number one, I produce my products and put them in the market for people to buy. With the little money I get, I use it to finance my inventions or my innovation. Then secondly, good-minded people like Dr. KOLAWOLE, Michael, JP, Dr. Mike, he gives me money most time. Anytime I complain to him that I need money, I want to produce so products, he will just tell me, send me your account number, and he will transfer money to my account. Yes, I'm saying it with my hands on my chest. Dr. Mike to build my products. Even this sustainable, this and solar energy booster, the one that gave birth to this power optimizer or extension sockets. It was through the generator booster Dr. Mike sponsored, that I used to get an idea to produce the sustainable, this power optimizer extension socket that reduces electricity bill. Because when I saw how the generator booster and the solar energy booster was reducing energy, was managing energy for solar and for generator, I now came in, I got an idea on how I can build a bigger one on an extension socket that can help to reduce electricity bill when people plug in their electric kettle, their electric cooker, their electric heater, their electric iron, their electric stove, their hot plate, their halogen cooker on this extension, so that they can enjoy their prepaid meter very well without recharging much card. So it was through the sponsor from private individuals, Dr. Michael KOLAWOLE, and some other people, I cannot even mention their names. They support me financially. There's a woman called Tina Lassie in US, American, who also sent money to me to build my invention. Then I also sell my product, like I said, to raise money, to fund my invention. So these are the two ways, from like-minded people and from selling of my products to raise money to fund my new upcoming invention. Like now there's an idea, there's an innovation I want to bring out. Is a solar generator and public power supply charging kiosk. A charging kiosk that can charge up to 30 phones. That can charge up to 30 phones at the same time. That can charge iPhones, Android, tablets, and any other USB and enabled devices, 30 phones at the same time. Is a new innovation that is about to be released now. So now I'm trying to raise money. When I get the money and the particular amount I'm looking for, I will build this charging kiosk that work via solar energy, generator energy, and this thing, public power mains, to charge 30 phones. This will help villages where they don't have electricity, for them to be charging their phones, their power bank, their MP3 radios, and so on. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, let's have another commercial break and we'll come back with more about scientist Emma. Okay, we are back. Scientist Emma, one more question. Can you please tell us about your future innovations and how do you think Africa and African people will benefit from them?
Yeah. Well, my future innovation that I'm looking at now currently is the thunder lightning energy converter. Because energy crisis in Nigeria is alarming. A lot of states in Nigeria, a lot of homes in Nigeria, in Africa, they don't have electricity, stable electricity. That is why a lot of countries don't like coming to Nigeria to invest, because there is no constant electricity. So my future invention is this thunder lightning energy converter that could provide steady electricity for the whole of Africa. Whenever thunder strikes once, it will give light for 5 years and 30 days. So that's what I'm looking at. Then the next thing I'm looking at is this charging chaos that can charge 30 phones at the same time. Right? It can also charge via solar generators and public power supply. We are building this for African countries where they don't have electricity, so that they can have access to charge their phones. They can have access to charge their Bluetooth speakers, MP3 radio. They can have access to charge their power bank, and any USB-enabled device can be charged through this charging chaos. So I'm looking at these two things: the solar charging chaos and the thunder lightning energy converter. And lastly, very soon I want to talk about television in the sky. Very soon, the world will be watching TV in the sky, as from 7:30 in the night when everywhere is dark. Very soon, we will start watching our television in the sky. It's a new innovation that I just got recently from God. It's an inspiration. So very soon I'll be talking about that, and I'll be coming up with television in the sky.
We are waiting for.
Yeah.
So what is your vision? What is your vision for Africa in general and Nigeria in particular?
To provide steady electricity for them, so that every home will have access to electricity. That's my vision for Africa.
If you are given an opportunity, how would you impact Africa with your skills?
Yeah. It's by setting up a training center, a laboratory where we can be impacting African youths from one country to another. When we are done with Nigerian, we go to villages, we empower the community, we empower the youth, unemployed youth, we empower the unemployed adults, we empower Nigerian citizens on how to create their own electricity in their home. how to generate their own electricity from solar energy, how to generate their own electricity from bioelectricity. Sockaway, our sockaway pit can generate electricity. That's bioelectricity. How to power their gas with biogas. These are things I want to impact Nigerian youth with. Although I've not started the bioelectricity project for now, because I'm focusing more on the thunder lightning energy converter and the solar energy system. So very soon I'll be looking into that. So I want to see how we can get private individuals that can say, Scientist Emmanuel, come to Kenya, come to Libya, come to South Africa, come to Ghana, come here. So come to Malawi, come and make sure every homes in Africa can generate their own electricity to power their electronics. This is my vision for Africa. Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about BridgeAfrique magazine. BridgeAfrique magazine is a multiple award-winning independent business publication focused on the development of Africa-China relations in order to boost investment and partnership between Africa and China to the world. The success of our continuous publications and various online programs is made possible by support from good people who appreciate our efforts. Scientist Emma, at the end of our program, could you please comment on BridgeAfrique magazine, on our show, and on 72 Hours History Show?
Yeah, BridgeAfrique magazine, I really want to appreciate them. BridgeAfrique magazine is a magazine that helps to showcase Africa to the world. Yeah, and it was through BridgeAfrique magazine that showcased me to the world today. When I was published in 2019 on BridgeAfrique magazine, I got a lot of calls, a lot of contacts, a lot of connections when they read me on a BridgeAfrique magazine. So it's a magazine that helps to showcase Africans to the world. And I really want to encourage Africans to have access to go to their website, BridgeAfrique magazine, and read about this magazine, order the magazine, also place adverts on the magazine. Yeah, because there was a certain time that I was telling some of my friends, politicians, that they can actually do advert on BridgeAfrique magazine, and Ethiopian Airlines anybody that board Ethiopian Airlines can be reading their adverts, can be reading about them. And they were like, wow, are you serious? I said, yes. That anybody that flies Ethiopian Airlines can read your advert on BridgeAfrique magazine. Secondly, they showcase African to the entire world, not just to Ethiopian, even in China. In China, the Chinese will be reading about Africans, what they can do, and what they can do, what they can handle, and all these things. It's through BridgeAfrique magazine. So I want to encourage the world that if not for BridgeAfrique magazine, who published me in 2019, and in 2020, I've gone this far. Like I said, he picked me up when I was about giving up. In fact, when all hope was lost, that was when he picked me up. The first thing he did was to publish me on this BridgeAfrique magazine, and I got a lot of connections, a lot of contacts from there. So the world, I want to encourage you, get access to BridgeAfrique magazine, and your life will not remain the same. Thank you.
Dear listeners, episode 4 of One-on-One with CEOs and PACESETTers ends here. Scientist Emma, our team would like to express their gratitude one more time for being with us today, and we will present an award for you during the 72 Hours of History show. We congratulate you in advance for this.
Thank you so much.
It was such a pleasure for me to have this interview with you, and please update us with your future inventions, okay? I can't wait to see what you come up with in the future.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is mine.
Yes, I will
Yeah.
do my best to help you finding a way to start the production and let more people benefit from your inventions. Okay. Yesterday after talking to you, I get an idea. I talk already to some people. I'm waiting for some answers. Okay. I will help you as
Yeah.
much as I can. Thank you,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you, dear listeners, for tuning in. If you like our program and you would like to sponsor us, you can find the account details across the screen. We
Okay.
count on your support for the continuity of our weekly activity, for participation, for sponsorship, for advertisement on BridgeAfrique magazine. Kindly contact me or our executive producer, Mr. Michael KOLAWOLE or Michael JP, on the number on the screen. It's across the screen. Send email to bridgeafriquemagazine@gmail.com. So your advert on our BridgeAfrique magazine is next in line. Contact us today and let us give you a global branding and publicity. We will wait for you next Friday at the same time with a new guest. And don't forget to contact us if you want to be with us in our program. I remind you that our programs are in English, French, or Chinese. Also remember, knowing what to do is half of getting what you want. And in the meantime, I hope you have a nice day. And don't forget to listen at the end, Children of Nigeria, original song played by Elias, made for the wonderful children of Nigeria. Have a nice day.
Nigeria, you're the children of Nigeria, the daughters and sons of your land. Oh, how we believe in ya, you children of Nigeria. Reach out when we give you a hand. Your soul is unbreakable, the sky bows down to gently kiss your cheeks. So remarkable how you stay this strong when the world brings you to your knees. When things get hard, know that home is in your heart. Oh, when things get hard, know that home is in your heart. Oh, Nigeria, you're the children of Nigeria, the daughters and sons of your land. Oh, how we believe in ya, you children of Nigeria. Reach out when we give you a hand. Nigeria, you're the children of Nigeria, the daughters and sons of your land. Oh, how we believe in ya, you children of Nigeria. Reach out when we give you a hand.